Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday to y'all. Hope y'all doing well out there on this Sunday evening. Hope y'all got a lot of rest today. I'm going to talk to y'all about a little bit of a hot topic. It's just really just going over some things. So, let me put on my reading glasses. So, I'm doing a hot topic. I'm replacing a nail, y'all, and I'm cooking. Okay, so I'm multitasking, y'all. That's what Mama doing. She multitasking. So, yeah, one of my little nails came off, y'all, so I gotta fix it. But anyway, y'all, I wanted to talk to y'all about, since I was in the kitchen, I just thought this was the appropriate time, y'all, to talk about housewife, house mom, if you got a husband, if you don't have a husband, because they was talking about this on a talk show, on Steve Harvey's talk show, and they had three women on there that said that women can have it all. You know, they can have a husband, they can have children, they can have a career, they could just do the whole thing. And then they had three women on there that said, no, you know, it's impossible to do all that. I mean, people do it, but the question is, are you really doing it, you know, like to the fullest extent? Like, is nobody being neglected as a result of you having it all? And so I thought I'd do a topic on that. Now, this is my opinion. Yes, women do try to do all of that. You know, work, take care of kids, cook, take care of the husband, the house. But to be honest, something is going to be neglected because you are a human being and you know, you get tired. So basically, what I'm saying is this, and I wrote down a few things because I didn't want to forget nothing, y'all. So if I have to get up and go, it's because I gotta get my meat out the pot. But basically, my thing is, okay, here's how your day gonna go if you are a working mom and a mom, you know, that is also married. Okay, you got to get up in the morning. Okay, you got to get ready for work. You got to get the kids together, get them off to the babysitters or to the school or whatever, you know. Okay, you got to deal with your husband, you know, get him some lunch so he can go to work, make sure he got what he needs. Get him off to work. Get yourself together. You go to work. So you really tired before you even get to work, ladies. Because I've been there and done it. I've been on both sides of the fence. I've been a working mom with a husband, and I've been a housewife. So, excuse me, y'all. Okay, sorry about that. I had to make sure. And so I've had experience on both sides. So that's why I'm speaking from experience here. And okay, so by the time you get to work, you're tired. Okay, then you got to do your day's work at work. Okay, when you get off work, okay, if you have children that are not school age, you got to get off work. You got to go pick your children up. Okay, you can have a little talk with them in the car. Oh, how was your day, Billy or Susie? And, you know, did you have a good day? What you learned? You can have that little talk in your little 15, 20-minute ride from the daycare to home. Okay, when you get home, you got to get dinner going for hubby, yourself, and for your children. Okay, kids gotta break some homework out. Okay, they might need help with their homework. You gotta check the homework. You got to sign stuff, and you doing this in the middle of trying to cook dinner. Okay, so you're not really having a lot of time with your children because you figure like this: if you get off at 5 o'clock in the evening, okay, by the time you pick up your children and get through traffic, you getting home about 6 o'clock. Okay. If you put your kids in the bed at a decent hour, 8:30, 9 o'clock, think about it. From 6 to 8:30 or from 6 to 9. That's only 3 hours. So within that 3 hours, you're not going to just come home and sit down and spend that time with your children. You have to multitask. While you're trying to talk to your kids, you are not focusing like totally on what's going on with them because you got to cook in between talking to them. You got to, you know, maybe throw a load of clothes in the machine. You know what I'm saying? You got to get clothes ready for the next day. Okay, then hubby comes in the house in the middle of all this. Okay, he get home about 6:30. Okay, you got to find out what's going on with his day. Okay, he wants some time. Okay, but his time generally is going to come at the end of the night. By the end of the night, sister, you're tired. Okay? But in the overall scheme of things, you can't keep on telling your husband, "Oh, I'm tired, honey. I worked all day. I dealt with these kids. I am tired." Because truly, you are going to be tired. But the truth of the matter is, you're not going to be able to keep using that as an excuse because the husband needs his time. So that's why I say women can do it all, but something is going to get neglected. And 9 times out of 10, the husband is going to get neglected because when you lay in that bed finally at the end of that night, honey, and he come smooching all close, and you know how they start fumbling around. You know when you gonna look at him and be like, seriously though, I am tired. I have a headache. I had a long day. Okay, he's gonna get that a lot. Okay, so that's called neglect. Okay, then that's when you start having problems with that man start tipping out because he's not getting that attention at home. Now, I understand, ladies, you're tired as all get out. And the last thing that might be on your mind is some sex. Okay, I get it. I've been there and I've done that. But I'm just saying, for those women who think, yeah, you can do it all, we can do everything, honey, something is going to get neglected. Now, your children are already going to get neglected to a certain degree, simply because it's not enough time in a day. Okay? Like I said, from the time you get home, 6 o'clock until 9, you got 3 hours to spend with your children. And in between the 3 hours, you have other things that you need to do. You just can't come home and plop on the couch and cross your legs and say, "Come on, kids, let's spend some time together." Okay? And then if you have school age kids, what about the after school activities? You might have after school activities. Excuse me, y'all. I got to let my dogs in because they having a fit and I got to check on my meat. So, yeah. So you're going to have, if your kids got after school activities, that means when you get off from work, you might have to go see little Billy's baseball game or his basketball game. You might not be able to go right home and, do what you need to do. So you're going to have a late night. Okay, so like I said, those 3 hours is all you have with your children, Monday through Friday. Okay, and that's not a lot of time. Okay, so I'm not saying you mean to neglect your children, but just because time, you can't hold it back. That's all the time you have with your kids when you technically think about it. By the time you get home from work until the time them children go to bed, you got 3 hours. And you're not focusing totally on them. You're busy and talking and trying to multitask. Okay, so that's just the truth of the matter, ladies. Okay, because it's a lot of work. And, your house got to be tended to. So your house might get neglected a little bit because when you come home, like I said, you got to cook. You got to get stuff ready for the next day. You got to spend time with your children. You got to spend time with your husband, Okay, so some people put off cleaning until Saturday. Well, heck, after all week, that's what you want to do on Saturday? Clean all day? So, some women do it. But once again, you're tired as all get out, miss. Because if you work all week and do all those things that I just talked about, and then Saturday come and you got to get up and clean and still feed the family, still spend time. Saturday night, hubby want his time, honey. Once again, seriously though, boo, it ain't happening. That's what you want to tell them. Excuse me, y'all. I'm going to still talk, but I got to get up and check on my food. So, something is going to get neglected, ladies. Between your house, your children, your husband, something is not going to get the fullest attention that it needs to get. That's just the truth of the matter. And, because, and like I said, I've been on both sides of the fence. And now, okay, I'm an at-home mom. When I raised my first 3 children who are grown now, 29, 25, almost 23, I was a working mom, okay? And for part of that time, I was a working single mom, and for part of that time, I was a working married mom. So I've been on all sides of the fence. And I must say, with my 2 younger children, well, they're 10 and 12 now, but I have pretty much been home with them from the time they was born. I did work a little bit in the beginning when I had a husband and I had them, but the majority of their years, I've been at home. And I must say that I do regret not being able to be home with my other 3 children because I feel like I missed out on a lot. things that I'm going through and experiencing with my two younger children. I missed all of that with my older children. And like I say, I love being home with my kids. I know everybody don't have that luxury of being home. You got to work, you got to do what you got to do. But I'm just letting people know, for those who argue, oh yeah, you can do it all, you can have it all, honey. Like I said, let's be honest. Something is going to get neglected because you are human and you will get tired. Okay? So, and now, like, if you are a housewife, and this is another thing, housewives or people that's thinking about, I want to be a housewife, honey, that ain't no easy job either, honey. You work just as hard. If you truly do what a housewife does, you're going to work your butt off. I'm going to tell you. Because you got to get up in the morning. If your kids are school age, you got to get them off to school. You got to get your husband off to school. You got to make sure he got his breakfast. Make sure the kids eat. You got to make sure he got his lunch packed. You got to clean after everybody go. You got to wash clothes. If your husband got suits and stuff, because he, work a job where he got to dress up, you got to run to the cleaners, drop off, pick up. You got to, when them kids get home, you got to, before they get home, you try to get some lunch prepared for them. You got to get dinner going. When they come home, you got to talk to them, spend some time with them. You got to check homework. Now, the difference between being a housewife and the time that lapse in between and working is when you're a housewife, your kids get home generally between 3 and 3:30. So that do allow you more time to spend with your children once they get out of school from 3:30 to 9. That's more time. And then by you being home all day, you can do all that cooking and preparing things so that you can spend that time with the kids, without being so busy doing everything. That's the difference between being a housewife. You can take care of cooking the dinner and getting all that other stuff out the way before they even get home from school so that you can definitely spend that time with them. But yeah, so, and you got to cook dinner. You got to get the kids ready for the next day. Y'all got to sit at the table and eat. You got to set the table. You got to eat. When you're done eating, you got to clean the table. You got to clean the kitchen. The kids got to get their baths. You got to regulate that. Make sure they doing what they supposed to be doing. Your husband, he needs to be, oh, how you doing, baby? How was your day? You need to sit down and have a moment with him. And this is before bed, honey. We ain't even talking about the duties once you go to bed. This is the duties you got to do with your husband when he get home from work. Let's see. You basically just got to run your household, okay? You got to keep up with what you need. A list of everything that you need. You want to make sure you got all your, toiletries and everything. It's a job, okay? So don't think because you home, you just sitting on the couch watching TV and eating bonbons, honey. Because if you are truly doing the housewife duties, it's a lot, okay? But it's worth it because I would rather be home with my children and my family than to work outside the home. So I'm not knocking nobody that work outside the home because you got to do what you got to do. Even if you are married, sometimes you still can't sit home, ladies, because finances, it's hard out here. It's rough out here. So it takes 2 incomes. And sometimes 2 incomes is not even enough. So I'm not even talking about whether you should or shouldn't work. You got to evaluate your own situation and figure out what you need to do. But I'm just talking about when women make the comment, they can do it all and everything is going to be fine. No, honey, something's going to get neglected because that's just, you can't do it all. And everybody be attended to properly, especially if you have a job on the outside. So that's my only point. I'm not knocking women at work because you got to do what you got to do because I had to do once upon a time. So I ain't knocking none of that. I'm just making a point that, you can have it all, but something's going to get neglected, and it's going to be with your children, your husband, or your household, because you're not Superwoman, okay? We are human beings. We get tired. So I just wanted to do that little topic, y'all, put that out there, help some of y'all that might be thinking about being a housewife. Those of you who have a choice, might have some women out there that works, and they have a husband, but they really can choose to be home if they choose to and not suffer financially. You might want, this might give you something to think about. As far as your kids and your family in general. So I don't know. So hopefully, I'm helping somebody out there. Even if I help one person, then I done did my job, honey. So I done fixed my nail, y'all. All I got to do is just shape it up a little bit. And, see, in between all this stuff, in between cooking, I told you, honey, multitasking. I'm cooking and doing videos and trying to fix my nails so I can stay beautiful, because my husband, He don't want to see that one off and one on nonsense. He ain't trying to hear all that stuff. Oh, I'm too busy. Oh, put that in there. Oh, no, honey. So, there you go, ladies. I hope y'all have a good Sunday night. And enjoy your family. Sit at the table and have family dinner time and talk about some things. All right, y'all. Have a good one. See you on the next video.